So welcome guys to another battlecast. This time I'm playing the Empire and I'm facing up against the Dark Elves. So this was a fantastic game. So let's directly start with the army compositions. And as I already mentioned in my last replay or my last battlecast, I will try to do my best to not to make the introduction in the beginning shorter, to just talk about the most important stuff over here. And as you can already see, Karl Franz on a Griffin, and this is in my opinion really a key unit because it's really worth the price. The Griffin with Karl Franz is really able to perform superior against the Malekith on a Black Dragon, for example, dragons in general, but also against Death Hag, against the War Hydra and all that stuff. So I think you have a really advantage in the air if you bring Karl Franz on this Griffin over here. It's really worth the price in my opinion, and really a key unit I would say in this matchup. So I brought a lot of dreads, a lot of spearmen with my infantry corps. So I have spearmen on the back line, spearmen on the sides, and also my front line is filled up with spearmen. I think, okay, these guys are really cheap, so I have at least a huge quantity of units with my army. Of course they get sliced and diced from Haganov executioners, but they are really able to hold the line for some time against mid-range and low-tier infantry, and also against monsters, and as I said, I have a lot of them. Then I brought Great Swords, 5 units, because I think you need at least a little bit AP damage. Of course, Great Swords are not able to hold the line against Haganov executioners, but even though the Dark Elves are overall quite heavily armored, so you need at least a little bit AP damage in this matchup. Then I brought the Hammer of Witches over here. I would also say the Hammer of Witches is a quite good pick in this matchup, because the Hammer of Witches is really able to take down Malekith, for example, damage Malekith on the Black Dragon quite heavy, and also War Hydra, Death Hags, and all these large entities, and for that the Hammer of Witches is really important. Of course, if the Dark Elf player don't took a lot of large entities to the battlefield, you are screwed. But anyway, against everything large, these guys are really performing really superior against that. So I think in this matchup you can bring the Hammer of Witches, but you don't have to. Then last but not least we have Grey Wizard over here, and I brought just 2 spells, a Pendulum and a Pit of Shades. So I think in addition to support my army, this is quite good over here. But anyway, let's come to my opponent, and my opponent brought a Dreadlord with Sword and Shield on foot, because I think he knows that it's quite dangerous for a Black Dragon to fly around if Karl Franz is on his Griffin, and also the Hammer of Witches is there, and handgunners. So he brought a Dreadlord. I would have brought a Malekith on a Cold One, would be my pick, but anyway. Then we have Bleak Swords in the front line. Is okay to bring Bleak Swords. Of course I would have brought Dread Spears, but Bleak Swords are also okay. I think these should trade quite even with Swordsman and also with Spearmen, but the Spearmen are really able to hold the line for a very long time against these Bleak Swords in my opinion, so I'm not sure. The Black Orc Coursers, 2 groups. Not sure how's the performance. At least Empire is not really heavily armored, but also not so low, so it's a mid-range, in a mid-range area I would say. So I'm not sure how's the performance of the Black Orc Coursers. Really important unit are these Haganov executioners. My opponent brought just one group. I think this is really a key unit. I would have brought always 2 or 3 groups against the Empire, because the Empire really struggle against these high elite, very elite infantry unit. We really don't have tools to kill these guys in a 1-on-1. Great Swords are not able to do this, so Haganov executioners are really a key unit. I would have brought 2 or 3 units of these guys in my opinion. Then we have Dread Spears, a Death Hag. As I said, large entities quite dangerous. I wouldn't bring large entities like a Death Hag, because it's really easy for the handgunners to snipe these guys out, or to kill this Death Hag with the Hammer of Witches, also with Karl Franz and stuff like that. So as I said, I would leave out the Death Hag, even if the Death Hag is really a strong unit against all infantry. Then we have Cold War Knights over here in the last line. Not sure how's the performance. As I said, would bring more Haganeth Executioners at least. And then we have War Hydra also here. Of course, War Hydra performing superior against low tier or mid-range infantry, but even though spearmen are on the battlefield against from the Empire against the Dark Elves, and also handgunners are really able to take out these War Hydra quite fast. But anyway, let's start with the game. Sorry for the long introduction. I always try my best to do it shorter. So we have a charge in a few seconds. You can see my Hammer of Witches already shooting on the staff hack. Actually don't get too much damage, but it's okay. Now my handgunner starting also to shoot on the War Hydra. Fiery breath going down from the War Hydra. Now we have to charge in. Very wide front line. My handgunners shooting on the War Hydra and my Hammer of Witches on the Death Hack. And you can see my Karl Franz already. So pendulum going down over here. Very heavy. And as I said, my Karl Franz already taking care or attacking these Death Hack over here. As I said, Karl Franz is really good for that. I think against large entities Boris Todbringer is a little bit better. But even though in a fight in the air against Malekith and stuff like that, Karl Franz is really important. So you can see the War Hydra taking a lot of damage, actually routing off, and also the Death Hack is really heavily damaged. Now we have a Pit of Shades going down on this side, a very juicy one. The Bleak Spirits actually getting a lot of damage from that, and also Black Orc Coursers. In the middle we have a very steady group of Haganeth Executioners. As I said, the Spearmen of course, and all, but also the Great Swords are really, it's really difficult for them to take out these Haganeth Executioners. This is really a key unit. Always bring Haganeth Executions against the Empire, because the Empire has really problems to kill these guys. Now Murderous Prowess kick in. My Great Swords performing quite okay against these Dread Spears. The performance is not really good. You can see the Dread Spears are really able to hold the line against the Great Swords for some time. So the performance of the Dread Spears is quite good. So as I said in the beginning, okay, you can see Death Hack is going down, handgunners from the handgunners. So as I said in the beginning, I would have brought more Dread Spears and less Bleak Swords, in my opinion. So also here I managed really well to force off these this Dreadlord with Sword and Shield over here. So also my Karl Franz is really able for this purpose to kill these Dreadlord quite fast. So also here in the back line I managed it really well to protect my Hammer of Witches from flankings from the Cold War Knights. So as I said, Cold War Knights, you can leave out these guys completely in this matchup, because Empire player will probably bring a lot of Dread Spears, a lot of Spearmen, sorry. So we have a huge blob over here, but overall now you can see everything shaking. We have a chain route, and that's it. As I said, I think Bleak Swords are not not really a bad option against the Empire. You can bring Bleak Swords, but at least they will try it quite even with Spearmen or Swordsman. So I think Dread Spears are the better option over here. Black Orc Coursers, not sure about this performance. As I said, leave out Cold War Knights. I would leave out Cavalry completely. Fill up everything with Haganeth Executioners. Leave out these War Hydra. Leave out the Staff Hack. Fill everything up with Haganeth Executioners, because Empire really struggle against these guys. So you see the performance 210 kills. This is massive. You can see it's quite healthy at the end. So you can imagine if my opponent have brought 4 of these guys, it would be much more difficult for me to achieve a victory over here. But anyway, thank you for tuning into this episode, to this Battlecast, and see you next time. Have a nice evening.